Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, see what's going on, and just quickly understand, big picture, where are we at? What's what's the real deal here? When's it going to come back? Well, good news is we're still trending above this trend line here, and that's a fantastic thing. So to me personally, the fact that we're staying above this trend line, continuing that, leads to me to believe we should continue to see a break to the upside. Again, if we break down below there, we break below 37,000, different story, we'll have another conversation. But for now, it does look like we're trending here, and if we can get a close over 38,800, we'll be in really good shape. Now, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, just love teaching people how to trade, hopefully you can learn something here today. CryptoCache.tech is the website if you're interested in learning more about becoming a better trader, trading academy, signals, and a community. Awesome stuff. So taking a look here, of course, at Bitcoin, let's go ahead and look at the 50-day RSI, or correction, just the RSI 50 rather. And as we can see, we're still underneath 50 on the RSI. That's not terrible, but again, still works as a resistance level. So we got to be open and honest with ourselves here, and just agree to the fact that 40,000 is going to be a pretty key level of resistance, and the 50-day SMA is trending closer to 40,000 as well. So as we continue to wedge up, we should effectively break through that in the near future. That's the goal. That's kind of what I feel we should see here soon. Again, there are no guarantees, of course, but the fact that we're losing this momentum, so to speak, for this bearish type of divergence is a very, very good sign. Okay, so all in all, good stuff here on the one-day chart. I'd say more positive than negative. Just got to be, realistic in the fact that 40,000 might prove to be a difficult resistance, and if all goes well, we'll have something similar to this, where we just kind of get the price to shoot up through that resistance level and get a nice, solid one-day close above that line. That'd be really nice. That being said, that's kind of the confirmation we're looking for. Between now and then, though, of course, let's look at some other things here as well. The transition here from 1 hour to the 1 day, which is a 4 hour, right? This is kind of a transitionary time frame, telling us we have key level resistances still trending above price action around 40,800. We also have, of course, and this is good news too, we are at 50 on the RSI for the 4 hour. Now I say good news because obviously it's getting rejected there, but the good news is that we are starting to have this momentum push up higher. In other words, if we can get a close above 38.8, that'd be a really good sign, especially in the 4 hour time frame, and that could help us continue to push up. But the truth be told here is that we're still making lower lows, and that hasn't changed yet. We are also making lower highs as well, but it's starting to plateau, it's starting to level out. Excuse me. So that being said, anytime we see that could imply that we could see a turnaround, and that does kind of tell us a little bit about the overall direction here. Okay, so again, we got this type of price range here, so to speak, where the price keeps coming down, but it's breaking out a little bit. Okay, so again, if we can get a close above here, right, we can get something above 39,000, like just say 39.2, 39.5, we'll be doing much better shape. So I'd say pay attention to that. As soon as we start making higher highs, then we'd be in much better, transitionary time frame here to be able to help that 1 day time frame essentially get more continuation in the upside, which is ultimately what we want, because we want to make sure that our 1 day candlestick close does not come below 37,000. Okay. Again, just something to think about there, of course, but all in all, we're not in terrible shape here. We've got a MACD convergence here recently, which wasn't strong, but of course it did bounce off of 37,000. So it does prove that 37,000 is, kind of confirming itself as a support level. It's happened twice now where the price came down and didn't go any lower. Okay. So again, that's a positive there in that sense if you look at it that way. All right. So 1 day chart, 1 hour chart here. Looking at the cloud, we are back up above the cloud, which is a good sign. Our lagging span isn't clear, and we are good on the conversion line. So we've got 2 out of 3 indications here to possibly take a position. And when I say possibly take a position, obviously we want to break this trend first. But generally speaking, when it comes to the price being above the cloud, that's usually considered to be a support level in that sense. So once you're above the cloud, we could expect this to work as a support. So the price should not come back down below that point if all goes well. So again, the cloud is kind of telling us we've got a decent amount of reason to consider holding on to our position, and that we should have a break to the upside soon once we break this trend line. Again, if we can start making higher highs, we're going to be in good shape. We need to break 39,000, but ultimately 39.5, 39.6 would be great. So again, if we can close somewhere in the 39.5 range today, I'd feel very good and feel very confident in the fact that we'd have the price likely more planning to push the upside. Okay. Excuse me, apologize for that. All right, so taking a look here at TD Sequential, one last thing to kind of identify and call it a day here. We don't have much here going on. We keep getting these resets right around 6, comes up to a 6, down to a 5. We got an 8 here, and then we're back down to a 5 here as well. So ultimately, not telling us much at all. That doesn't really help us in any way, shape, or form. But what I would do want to take a look at here is a volume weighted average price really quick. And we can see we're up above the VWAP lines. That's commonly a good thing as well, and the price is staying within standard deviation too. So ultimately, we're looking pretty good here as well in that sense. We can see we are trending right around the EMA lines as well. So there's literally nothing here that's disadvantageous on the shorter time frames. The 15-minute looks good. The 1 hour looks like it's ready to, I wouldn't say breakout per se, but it definitely looks like it's ready to continue either sideways or up from here. Once again, we're hitting this resistance shelf right around 39,000 though. That seems to be a point of contention, and we need to be able to get a close above 39,000, I think. So what I'm looking for here would be a close above 39.5 if possible to give us that confirmation that we're on the right side of the tracks. Because yes, today is higher than yesterday. If you look at the one-day candlestick close, that's positive. But on the 1 hour, you look at the 1 hour time frame here, you can see that it still hasn't made higher highs yet, right? It's still kind of continuing in this downward type of trend. And a lot of times, unfortunately, these kind of trends can break to the downside as well. In fact, why don't we go ahead and take a quick look at that here as well, because you kind of need to state the obvious here. We do have somewhat of a head and shoulders pattern. So again, these aren't guarantees, but they're, I don't know, they kind of have a tendency of continuing. Now, this is kind of an ugly shoulder over here, if you will, right? It's already kind of come down, or you could even say that this was a second shoulder. But generally speaking, a lot of times when you see that kind of shape forming, it will likely break down. Okay, so in other words, we could very well see somewhere in the range of 30 to 35,000, perhaps in the immediate future, if this were to lose its momentum. But the key thing that I want you to understand is that we're still in this trend line. We're still in a positive upward trend in the overall direction for the 1 day, right? So 35,000 was the most recent low back in January. 37,000 was the most recent low back in February. We are still low, but it's a higher low, okay? So again, this trend continues upwards, even though we're in a slightly downward trend in the short term. Long term, bigger picture, we're looking much better than the immediate short term, okay? In other words, I think the likelihood of the price breaking to the upside is much higher than it is the downside, as long as we can continue this trend. We lose this trend line, and then we inevitably lose 37,000, then it's short city from there, okay? But between now and then, I would say just dollar cost average between 37 and 39. It's a good value still, and I think we should be more likely to see the price increase from here than it would be to go down. Okay. Again, that's just kind of the way that it looks here based on everything, but I think this trend line is probably the most effective thing to look at versus a potential head and shoulders that's kind of not really a full-on head and shoulders yet. Okay. So again, that's kind of where we're at with that. Another thing we could look at too, and this is more immediate, right? This is another kind of head and shoulder type of pattern we're seeing on the 4 hour as well. So just note that there's this. And again, possibility down to 35 is possible, okay? Again, we lose this trend line, and I think 35,000 would be more likely to happen. But for now, we just got to kind of hold true to this trend line here and just kind of let it do its thing, because ultimately, head and shoulders patterns, yes, they can come to fruition, of course. I would say there may be 60-40 potential as far as the likelihood of it happening. But trend lines, in my opinion, are a little bit more, I wouldn't say valid, but they have a more tendency of continuing. In other words, I would trust a trend line over a potential head and shoulders pattern in this regard, just based on the fact that we are still moving upwards in the 1 day, and that is the most beneficial, I feel, versus kind of a 4 hour head and shoulders that really doesn't necessarily do too much. Okay. Again, different strokes for different folks, but the larger the time frame, the more impactful they're going to be. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, so that's kind of where we're at there. I hope you learned something here today, of course. If you did, like and subscribe. If not, go ahead and check out my trading community as well. CryptoCache.tech, link in the description below. I send out signals for every trade that I take. And of course, I send out, we have weekly roundtable discussions and really, really cool stuff. So definitely check that out in your own time. It's a pretty awesome experience. And I'm very thankful so much to my current community members. Thank you again for just making it a great place. Thanks again. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great rest of your day.